Welcome back, everybody, to Life in HD with Hilario and David. It's just me and Hilario today.
What's up, everybody?
We've been away for a while, so we wanted to get something going. Tyler and Jake working very hard over on Game Time. We posted 3 videos last week, and here we are like 2 or 3 weeks without a video. So we were feeling kind of bummy, so we got together. We're going to record a nice podcast for you guys tonight, update you on everything that's going on, what's coming up in the future and whatnot, talk about some current events, of course. And, of course, everyone's talking about Endgame, and we've both seen it now.
Yeah.
Everybody in the group's seen it, so Jake and Tyler might be talking about that on some of their videos. But we are going to give our opinions on Endgame tonight, and I think that's a great place to start. So maybe just right off the bat, 0 to 10, what would you give it?
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I would literally give it like a 7.5.
You think that's going to be unpopular?
Oh, shit. What do you think?
I actually really enjoyed Endgame compared to Infinity War. I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was good. Well-made movie. I enjoy a lot of the actors in it, and I was pleasantly surprised. But I'd only give it like a 7 out of 10.
Okay, so right around the same.
Yeah, I felt like there was a lot of fan service that if I'd seen every movie in the MCU, I would have enjoyed it a bit more. But unfortunately, I haven't. I've seen maybe like 10 of them.
Well, here's the thing with me. I have seen all of them. Yeah, I think all of them. The whole MCU, the whole storyline. So this was the culmination. This was supposed to be the big wrap-up to a lot of these characters. Because, I mean, it was no surprise that Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, the guy who plays Captain America, they both had been talking about how they wanted to move on. So I was not surprised when Iron Man died. I was not surprised when Captain America kind of died or retired. Oh yeah, spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen it. You should probably stop listening or just go watch it. I mean, it's been out for a couple of weeks now.
It's been out for a while now, so if you haven't seen it, and we started this off about Endgame,
yeah,
we trust that you knew better.
Yeah, but anyways, I saw those two coming for sure. I guess the other surprising one was, for me anyways, was the Black Widow. I did not see that coming, her character being killed anyways, because I thought she was having a solo movie coming out, like an origin movie coming out, which she might still have.
I guess they're doing a prequel or something with that then, because
They
that's all
probably
they can
will.
do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because usually you don't know much about her past. You just know that she was a Russian spy and she was a trained assassin and this and that, but like you don't know how she got to the U.S. or how she like betrayed or got out of being a spy or whatever. But yeah, I was expecting a little more surprises, a little more things to actually shock me per se or whatever. Like I literally saw most of it coming. I knew they were going to probably go back in time using the Ant-Man machine because that's what they hinted at the end of the last one, which was
Ant-Man and the Wasp?
No, the Infinity War. War.
Okay. See, I haven't seen either of the Ant-Man movies, and I had absolutely no idea that time travel was coming at me, so I was completely caught off guard when they killed Thanos in the first, 20-30 minutes of the movie. And I think that's why I enjoyed this so much more, because going into Endgame, going into Infinity War, I knew exactly what I was expecting. I was like, well, Thanos is going to get all the Infinity Stones, and he's going to kill a bunch of people.
Right.
And I knew at the end of Infinity War, I was like, you just killed Black Panther, half the Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, all of these new MCU characters.
Yeah, they got movies coming out already.
Yeah, I'm like, you really expect me to think they're going to stay dead? Like that was dumb.
Yeah, that was really dumb. I don't like how they did that either. They should have either not said that they were making the movie for Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy, or they should have just waited. Because everybody knew movies were already being made. Spider-Man's coming out soon. So it's like, alright, you killed him, but we know he's coming back. There's no fucking way you're just gonna kill off your main guy now.
Yeah, which is why I had low expectations for Endgame, because I was like, okay, they're gonna get everybody back. I don't know how, though. And really, my opinion was based on how they brought him back. And I thought the time travel thing was great. I wasn't expecting that. So I enjoyed that. I thought the action set pieces were great. I mean, it's Marvel. They're going to do a good job on the action set pieces and everything. But I felt like not seeing all the movies, I didn't really get some of the references in the beginning, some fan service and stuff like that. I wish they did a few things differently. And just in general, superhero movies don't really excite me that much anymore. So I'm giving it a very solid 7 out of 10. I did enjoy the movie. I would watch it again. I wouldn't spend like another $30.
Yeah, I'll watch it again, but I was a little bit let down, just again from expectations. I mean, this is like the crown jewel, you know, like supposed to be the end.
Yeah.
One of the best ones, anyways.
I mean, I liked it more than Infinity War. I'd give Infinity War like a 5 out of 10. That is an unpopular
Infinity
opinion.
War, I actually liked a little bit because I was surprised when they started killing off everybody. Like, I was shocked. Like, especially Groot, and I was like, what the fuck? But like, then later, like, dawns on you really quick. It's like, wait, they got more movies coming out soon, so they're coming back for sure.
I feel funny, Mr. Stark.
Yeah, that was really sad. Like I kept hearing for this Endgame, everybody was like, oh, you know, like, I don't even follow those movies, and it made me tear up like 4 times throughout the movie. I was waiting for that moment. It did not happen for me. It happened for me once or twice in the first movie, because I was not expecting it, but like, I was expecting it in the second one, so it was not that good. Little correction too, I said I have watched every MCU movie. I did not watch Captain Marvel because fuck Brie Larson. I don't know why, but like, she rubs me off the wrong way. And I did not appreciate how they introduced this huge, super powerful character right before the last fucking movie came out. What the fuck?
They give him like the most broken character. Like, she just punches through the ship at the very end of the movie.
Yeah, I appreciated how she was not like an integral part of the plot of the whole movie. Like, she was there at the beginning and then she was there at the end. So I appreciate that. Because I was pissed off that like they introduced a brand new character right before the end. It's like, I understand you have to keep the money machine going, but like, fuck you. Like, let these characters finish out the movies before you introduce new characters.
I was pretty happy when Doctor Strange and Black Panther and everybody came back.
I was too, except here's another gripe that I had about this fucking movie.
Deadpool wasn't in it. That would have been hilarious. He just pops up.
He's overpowering. He's almost like a Tony Stark, but like more almost selfish. I don't know.
Yeah, but that would have been hilarious if he just like showed up, like looked through one of the time holes, and he was like, "Nope, fuck this," and just turned around.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Do you watch the first movie you said you did, right?
The first what?
Infinity War?
Yeah.
So you remember when Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and Tony Stark were trapped in the ship on the spaceship going to Thanos' planet or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And they were arguing about, oh, we gotta turn this ship back and this and that or whatever. Or when they were trapped on the planet. And I was thinking this the whole time, why couldn't Doctor Strange open a fucking portal and go back to Earth? Because he can do that. And that's what, and I was like, alright, maybe he lost his ring, whatever. Like, I made amends to that. I was like, fine, maybe, sure, let's say he lost his fucking ring. And then it pissed me off when he shows up exactly that way at the very end of the movie. He opens a portal, brings everybody back that died from that planet, and now he's home. It's like, why couldn't you have done that at the beginning of last fucking movie? Are you kidding me? Like, that was the biggest plot hole that I could, like, really, really, like, irritated me. I was like, this fucking,
Why didn't Thanos
expect a little more from these movies?
Why didn't Thanos' daughter disappear when she killed herself? Like, it's not Gamora, it's the blue one.
Right.
And she's like, oh, you don't have to be bad. Like, and she's like, nah, I'm going to be bad. So she shoots her. Like, she shoots her past self. Shouldn't she die?
The argument could be made, because I know exactly what you're saying. And I know some people, that's why, like, time travel is so polarizing. Because, at that point, if you would have killed the people in the past, then it should affect the future.
But I think the way they explained it was they were on different timelines, which I guess that kind of it's time travel, so you have to stretch your imagination.
Yeah, anyways. They brushed it. Yeah, they said exactly that. It's like, if you change something in the back, it's not going to affect our future. Our future's already written or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So they're saying they're in different plots. Okay, sure, we'll go with that. But again...
Butterfly effect theory.
Yeah, when you get into time travel, it's just kind of like... There's so many like what ifs.
You can go like the butterfly effect theory, or you can go it will change the future.
Right.
Like there's those two ways to go. I don't know any other ones because I'm not a professional time traveler. So
it just opens a lot of doors. That's why a lot of people don't even touch it. Have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
I've seen Rick and Morty. Yeah.
So
Jake loves Rick and Morty.
It's funny, dude. It's really funny and it's gory and it's very like adult cartoon. I love it. But the creators of the show have said that they don't want to mess with like time travel because it just fucks with the timeline and everything. Because if we were really saying like, well, the Avengers, well, you know, they destroyed the time machine at the end there. But what's to say that the fucking Hulk couldn't just remake another machine? Oh, no, they used it at the end, yeah, because Captain America went back in time and come back.
And then Thanos threw his blade at it.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, real quick. Did you like when Captain America picked up Ragnarok? Or no, Mjolnir. His hammer.
Yeah.
Ragnarok was the movie.
I didn't mind it. I minded when he started like just spinning it and summoning thunder, like he knew how to do it this whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, you might be able to pick it up and use it, but like, how do you know how to do all this? Like, that's what didn't really make sense to me. But again, it's like a Marvel thing. They are gonna push it. And
I mean, I love that part in the movie, like the three of them versus Thanos without any of the Power Stones. And I was like, this is cool because Thanos is still kicking ass without any of them.
Yeah. I mean, Thanos was a fucking G for sure. But
he was a good villain.
have you seen all the memes of him? It's like, oh yeah, you know, fuck these guys. Someone's gonna post up here, let them come to me or whatever. It's like, I'm waiting on this bitch.
If Thanos could have just snapped away all the vegans, that would have been nice. Like, you're gonna pick one group, the vegans.
Talking about vegans, there's a new company that just went public. It's called Beyond Meat, and it's basically they make meat or like sausages or like hamburger patties and everything, but like they make them out of like plant proteins and whatever, and like they make blood. Essentially, they make the meat. Like, I did research on this in college. That's why I kind of know about it. I did like a little presentation on it. It was like for a school project, whatever. But it was when the company had first came out, and they were like subtracting these like proteins, the same proteins that like cows use to like create muscle cells. So essentially, it was the same. It's the same thing as meat. It's just not. You're getting it.
It's vegan.
You're making it, yeah. Except it's so hard to explain. It's the same thing. It's meat that wasn't part of an animal. It's just meat that was created in a lab, essentially.
It borderline sounds like alchemy.
What is that?
The transmission, maybe not transmission, but it's when you take one substance and you basically rearrange the atoms to create another substance.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, I guess if you would break down meat and you would break down Beyond Meat burgers, patty meat, whatever it's called, like it would basically be identical, but it's like more
ethical.
Yeah, except like vegans are allowed to eat it, but like it's the same thing as meat. It's just not. It was not harvested by killing an animal, I guess. So that's the only difference. Anyways, that company went public and it's been like skyrocketing. Like it's like $85 right now. And he like started out at like 65.
I'm sure it'll drop back down eventually.
That's what everybody thinks, because there's another one. There's a couple other companies coming public soon that have the exact same thing. It's like the same concept.
My biggest question is, how much are these genetically created meat patties and whatnot costing? Because there is no way in hell.
Oh yeah, they're expensive for sure. You can find them in most stores now. They used to be very niche, but now like they're in some big retailers. They're expensive.
See, one thing I always saw with people who struggled with weight loss: eating healthy is expensive. Eating healthy is cheap. Eating vegan is expensive. I'm like, you've got it wrong. Like,
yeah,
eating vegan is stupid expensive.
Well, yeah, you can go down to McDonald's and buy fucking 10 burgers with $10, but you can only buy maybe one salad with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fast food's that's a whole other story too. I mean, I don't know that they upcharge per se, but they just don't sell it because it doesn't sell. Like, the people who go to McDonald's regularly are not looking for that crunch wrap every time, you know? Which is actually really good. They're not burritos, but whatever they're called, or
wraps.
Their snack wraps are delicious.
Yeah, I like snack wraps for sure. Wendy's the spicy wraps, pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think that's that's the big key points out of Infinity War. I think. I mean, it wasn't bad for sure. I mean, great special effects. The Hulk explanation, I was expecting a little more.
Yeah, they kind of just let that.
Yeah, they glazed over it because even the producers had said last movie, it's like, oh, we can't believe that the viewers think so low of the Hulk. That he was gonna get beaten. That was it. That was the end of the Hulk. It's like, well, you kind of just glossed over the whole fucking thing.
I was so confused when Hulk snapped and nothing happened, but then like everybody showed up. I was like, where did they come from?
Right.
Like that kind of threw me for a loop. But at the same time, I like the Hulk snap work too. I saw a meme today actually where Doctor Strange was like pointing up, like at the very end when he like says like one, but instead they were like, what if he was just pointing up and was saying to Tony, hey, Thanos can't fly. Skirt on up there, give the glove to Captain Marvel, who should in theory be able to snap without killing herself.
Right.
Let her take that damage, and then Thanos still dies, but Tony gets to live.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't see her backstory, so I don't know where she gets her powers or whatever. I'm not gonna watch it until it comes out on like Redbox. I'm not paying more than $1 to see that shit.
I mean, I will say Iron Man was one of my favorite characters in the MCU, mostly because of Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
I also really liked Captain America in the last few movies.
I didn't.
He had the beard. He was cool. He was
Captain America.
He was like the only person I liked in Civil War. Like I was pissed at like Tony and everybody on his side. I was like, this is stupid. Like you shouldn't have to register because you have abnormal powers. And I was like, this is ironic coming from Tony because all his stuff is man-made. He made all that technology. Like.
Yeah, but it's almost like a tongue-in-cheek thing. Like, you know, sure, he registered, but you know how he, like, blew off the general or whatever when he wanted. It's like giving in, saying, like, oh, yeah, sure, we'll do whatever you say, sir. And then, like, all right, do this and that. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't hear you or whatever. It's kind of like going along so you can, like, stay there. Because, I mean, I see both sides. The only thing I didn't like about Captain America is how he always has, like, the high moral ground. And even Tony in this last movie said it perfectly. You know, like, this is what Tony Stark had been worried from the beginning. It's like, what happens when someone else shows up in, like, space or whatever? Like, we're not going to be able to avenge anybody if they're gone.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, Tony was seeing, like, thinking about the future where Captain America was like, oh, we'll be together and we'll take care of it together. It's like, bitch. Okay, why not just get ahead of the game and fucking
the shield would be nice.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just didn't like Captain America because of that. He's like, I don't know.
See, like, I'm the opposite. I liked Captain America because of that. Because I was like, I would definitely be on Cap's side.
Yeah, but what a great fucking movie. Can we just acknowledge that? Because, like, that makes you take sides. See, like, I say fuck, yeah, because I say fuck Captain America. You're like, well, I like Captain America's side. I get his side. And it's kind of like, yeah, like, that's what fucking Civil War is supposed to do. It's supposed to, like, tear you apart. That was a great movie, if you ask me. I really like that movie.
See, interestingly enough, if you ask me, I hated that movie.
Oh, you did?
I'd give that, like, a 3 out of 10. That movie pissed me off. Like, there were so many things I did not like about Civil War. I had, and this was around the same time Batman vs. Superman came out. And I remember having high expectations for Civil War, low expectations for Batman v Superman. I ended up completely, like, flipping. Like, I was like, Batman vs. Superman was actually pretty decent, like, after watching it. Because I went in with incredibly low expectations. And I walked out of Civil War like, wow. That
for me, it was the opposite. Because I remember thinking, like, Civil War, like, really? You're going to make Captain America in this fight? Like, there was no reason for that I could, like, see them fighting. But then, like, when he got to it, it's like, oh, this fucking guy, his best friend killed his dad, and now he's sticking up for him, whatever. Like, I was like, all right, yeah, fucking Tony killed these motherfuckers. And then Superman versus Batman, funny you say that, I did not like that movie.
Most people didn't. I don't blame you.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, I fucking hate you. I'm going to kill you. Wait. Our moms have the same name? Hey, did we just become best friends? Like, are you kidding me?
I know.
Just because of your mom having the same name, then it's all nice and dandy now? Like, come on.
I haven't seen it in a couple of years, but I just remember not hating it nearly as much as I thought I was. Like,
I had high expectations for it, so I was very let down.
Dude, right after the first trailer, I was like, this is not going to be good. Like, I watched it, I was like, this is going to be bad. Like, I'm not ready for this at all. I don't want this. But I saw it because Jake wanted to see it, and I ended up walking out very pleasantly surprised. I was like, that was a lot better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, Ben Affleck as Batman, I don't know. I mean,
I thought that worked.
It did because he was playing the broken down, beat down version of Batman. Usually that's not who he is. But, like, yeah, he's more like towards the end of his life or whatever. So I was like, it worked. But yeah, Superman is another one that I just can't get behind. I mean, he's like, I've seen the Superman movies. It's just not
anything special. The Wonder Woman movie was actually pretty decent. I enjoyed that because I liked the timestamp. I also liked Aquaman. I thought that was a good movie.
I have not seen that. I mean, I really liked the first trailer I watched from that movie. But then when they actually put him in the suit, the orange fucking suit, I was like, all right, I'm not watching that. I like the actor. I liked the plot eventually. I mean, once like we got more trailers, I was like, all right, this is bullshit.
Dude, it was great because as soon as they introduced him as an adult, they just showed him and his dad just chugging beer at the bar, and I was like, this is me. I was like, I must be Aquaman.
Yeah, I didn't really care much for it, but I'll probably watch it eventually. Again, whenever it comes out on Redbox, I don't want to spend too much money on it.
Definitely when it's out on Redbox.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know what you guys think. We just kind of nerded out there for a little bit, but it was like Jake. Oh my god, I just called you Jake. Like David said, this is what everybody's been talking about, and you see all the memes right now. You know, we're about a few weeks after the movie came out.
The out of context Endgame spoilers are pretty great.
The what?
The out of context Endgame spoilers, like it'll show like Back to the Future,
yeah,
and like just stuff like that. But it's like if you haven't seen it, you don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, again, time travel is a bitch because what's to say that they're not gonna go back and fucking avoid the whole thing?
I know. Yeah,
I was like, that's just too much.
It's a slippery slope.
It is. It is very slippery. But yeah, moving on to a little more serious and stern, I guess. I don't know. It just seemed. I was just thinking about this the other day, and it just like I was like mesmerized. Our fucking political system, dude. It's to a point where it's just very entertaining to me. Like, it's a fucking show.
It kind of has turned into that.
I'm so, like, it's almost like watching a series. So I've been watching Game of Thrones, and, like, you know, it's about to be over the whole season, this and that, or whatever.
Side note, I do not watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so I won't spoil it for you because you ever want to watch it. But, I mean, it's like 8 seasons in. I think people are going to spoil it for you.
It's the last season.
Regardless. Yeah, we're in the last season. The big shit just went down. They did a great job of like giving you unexpected things, so I really appreciate that. Didn't see half the shit coming that happened, so that was great. Anyways, I was I was listening to the news. Like, I drive a lot, so I was listening to the news on like clips on YouTube, and it's gotten to the point where it's just so fucking ridiculous. I no longer have a dog in this fight. I'm just curious to see what happens.
It's kind of amusing at this point.
It's just funny. Like, everything is being tested, and I think it's good. I mean, you know, the Constitution has rules and amendments and this and that and how to deal with shit. But everything's being tested right now.
It's literally, like, turned into reality TV.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like a show. Like, I just want to know how this is going to end. Do I think Trump's going to get impeached? No, because that's what he wants. Because that will give him something to rally, or for his people to rally behind for the next election. They're all getting ready for the next election. So that's why that's why the Democrats are not gonna impeach him, because they know nothing's gonna come of it. They're just gonna look like fools.
The silent majority is gonna rise again.
I don't know that they're so silent, but the Senate controls. I mean, the Senate is controlled by the Republicans, so they're who decide if they should remove Trump or not. They're not going to remove him.
No, that'd be stupid.
Yeah. So, say the Democrats go ahead and proceed with impeachment. They're just going to look like losers because they're not going to go anywhere with it. So that's why they're holding back. But here's the thing: if they don't do anything about it, their people are also going to get mad and vote them out. So they're almost in a lose-lose situation. It's just so ridiculous. And what was amusing to me was that, like, everybody's refusing to comply with the subpoenas or turn anything over. And that's basically what Trump says, like, yeah, we're not going to do anything you guys asked for. So we're to the point now where, like, yeah, you know, like they always said, like, co-equal branches of government: the judicial, Supreme Court, Senate, the House, and then the presidency. So now it's kind of like a showdown. It's like, okay, I'm really curious to see what happens, you know, because the Supreme Court is eventually going to have to get involved and, like, kind of break it up. It's like, all right, kids, break it up.
It's like, all right, chill.
It is just such a shit show that it's entertaining. I'm having a blast just watching now. Like, I'm not even mad anymore, or I wasn't necessarily mad. I was afraid.
More like kind of miffed. You're just sitting there like, this is stupid. Like,
yeah, like,
and it's like irritating, but now it's like it's stupid and it's funny.
Yeah, the beginning I was more like concerned because I saw this coming. But then I was like, well, this is why there are rules and regulations. And now they're just being tested, so I guess we'll see where this goes. I mean, definitely reality TV show president is delivering
I think
on
it's
the entertainment value.
it's funny because I'll be at the gym running on the treadmills and stuff, and I'll see like and they'll have Fox News right next to MSNBC, and they'll have like
Yeah.
the funniest like taglines. Like they'll be like, I can't even really come up with examples because I don't pay attention to it. I'd rather watch ESPN when I'm running.
Well,
But
one
like,
thing I saw today that I don't know, something Jordan. He's a representative for Ohio, actually.
OH.
But so they held a hearing to hold the main guy, Attorney General, in contempt because he didn't want to turn over the Mueller report to Congress, right? And then so the Democrats gave their speech and said, if we ask for it, we have to get it because we're supposed to check the president. This is our constitutional job. Yada yada. I'm worried what's going to happen if we let this president get away with it. What's going to happen with the next president that does the same thing? So basically, if we let them get away with it, we're saying that we have no power. We're supposed to be the check. And then he said his statement, yada yada, and then goes to Republicans, and then they start off with well, Democrats are just afraid because the Attorney General said he's going to investigate because there was spying of President Trump's campaign and this and that, and they just take it to a completely different level. And I'm just sitting here fuck you all of you bitches need to go to jail. I want to know everything that happened, and I need you all sons of bitches to literally fucking go to jail because everybody's corrupt. Everybody has something they're going for.
Yeah, you dip a finger in and you just completely corrupts you.
I guess. I mean, it is so funny to see people that had a very strong belief and views when they were young in Congress, and then you play the video of them giving a speech then and then a speech now, and they're completely opposite viewpoints.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I understand that people change, but 180 degrees, completely flip flop. It's oh shit.
Wasn't Trump a Democrat in the 90s?
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah. Everybody out here flip flopping.
Everybody. I mean, it's fucking insane. That's why I said it's just fucking amusing now. It's just kind of I don't give a shit.
Is there anything in particular you want to discuss in current politics? Because I am not educated enough. I haven't been watching enough news to really discuss it on a broad spectrum.
So a few of the Democratic candidates, which there are 16 or some shit, there's a lot of them. They have been talking about proposals that they would get behind. One of them was student loan forgiveness. So essentially, anybody that already has a degree and has student loans or is paying student loans, they could essentially be forgiven up to $250,000 per individual or per household, something like that. I think that was Elizabeth Warren's numbers.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. They said it would be about $1 trillion over 10 years or something like that. It's a lot of money because that's literally after the national debt, student loan debt is the next biggest thing that we have that could cripple us, in my opinion.
I mean, like I was saying, you knew what you were signing up for when you went to college. I mean, there are risks. You knew what you were doing when you signed up for that $20,000 a year commitment. I mean, I know it's expensive, but community college is a thing. And a lot of places like Sinclair in Dayton, Ohio, you can take your first 2 years there and then transfer to UC. And that'll save you at least $20,000 in just the room and board.
Right.
There's ways to navigate this. There's certifications you can get. There are plenty of jobs out there that you don't need a degree for, but everybody seems hell-bent on doing that nowadays. So honestly, it sounds so great in theory, right? Let's just forgive everybody. They got their degree. But where's the money? Who's paying for this? Everybody else?
Well, yeah. I mean, essentially, that would be something that the government would tack on to national debt, essentially, because this is money that we're paying back to the government, right? I mean, most people anyways. I mean, you can take loans out from banks or credit unions or whatever, but usually it's the government that is letting kids borrow this money to go to school. Yeah. So, for example, I have student loans. Do you have student loans still?
I do.
Okay, so I would be happy if they said, hey, guess what? You don't have to pay this back anymore. I'd be like, cool. But then I would be like, well, what the fuck? Because in the past 2 years, I've been paying way more than my minimum payment trying to get out of
Get out of debt.
Get out of debt, yeah. So it would be like a bittersweet thing. It's like, fuck yeah, I don't have to pay all this money back. But then it's like, well, what the fuck? I could have had all this money too.
I could have saved all that money. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, and it's going to rub off everybody the wrong way too. Everybody that already finished paying it off, because I know a lot of people do the same thing that I do. They pay way more than they have to, trying to get out of student loan debt.
Not to mention, how would you feel if you went to Harvard, spent a ton of money to go there, versus somebody at a community college? Like, doesn't that devalue a degree to some degree? Plus, are we doing this for everybody now? Is college free now? Like,
well, no, college is not free. This is just student debt.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, even so, like, so everybody who is currently in college and has student debt right now, like, let's just wipe that all away. Okay, 5 years from now, you've got a whole new slew of people with student debt. Mm-hmm. What are they doing? College is not free. So I feel like the only way to really make that a thing would be make college free for everyone, forever. And then you can give everybody this forgiveness at that point. But then that devalues a degree, because if anyone can get one for free, like, why wouldn't you? I mean, hell, I'd probably go back and work on a couple classes at a time, because I'm like, well, you know what? If I don't pass, I'll just take another one, because it's free. Right.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, everybody always says, you know, because most of the, I would dare to say that most of the Democratic candidates have some sort of a free college plan now. And obviously, free is not really free. We all would be paying for it.
And that would include them after they graduated and joined the working force.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, there would be a lot of people that benefit. And again, it would screw out everybody that has already gone to college, paid for it themselves, and graduated. I can totally see us being mad about that. Like, it was like, what the fuck, you know? Like, I'd get my shit paid. Yeah. So it would definitely rub people the wrong way. But then again, people look at that and they think, oh, that's socialism. Maybe, but there's another way to look at it that, you know, well, everybody for the most part that we know is pretty young, but they're going to have kids eventually. Guess what? If college is out of the question, they don't have to worry about saving for their kids' college or for whatever reason.
And they can stimulate the economy.
Yeah, that's the idea behind it. That's also the idea behind student loan forgiveness, because most people are paying like $300 to $500 a month for student loans payments. So say they just said, hey, guess what? You don't have to pay us back anymore. Well, they have all those people have $300 to $500 extra in their pocket, and they're going to go out and spend it. So that would be like a way to like stimulate the economy too. But here's what I'm afraid of. I mean, Trump loves the economy. I'll give him that much. Like, I don't think he did everything that people attribute to him. What is it?
Where's the wall?
No, I mean, I'm talking more about like the economy itself. Because if you listen to him, he's like, oh, we've never had, this is the greatest economy, yada, yada. It's like, sure, but like, he's taking 100% credit of it. He took presidency on an upturn. Like, it was already in its way up. It was not going as high as it is now, but he has also thrown all the fuel in the fire. Mm-hmm. So the Federal Reserve uses tax cuts to stimulate the economy when it's going down. He already used that. So right now we're in like a trade war negotiations with China. Say China says, like, you know, well, fuck you, we're not buying. I don't think they would ever do this, but like, we're not trading with you anymore.
Didn't they just put a bunch of embargoes and tariffs on China or something?
Yeah, so they have been negotiating this since last year, since December. They've been like working to get like this new tariffs, or China wants the new tariffs taken off of their exports, and the US and them have been working like a trade deal. Well, they were supposed to come and sign the deal this week. Chinese people were supposed to come and sign the deal. And then last minute they said, well, you know, we need to change a couple things from the deal. So that was fucked up on their side. Because, like, the deal was said and done. Like, they have been working this for months. So, again, since December. And last minute they're going to change something. And that's when Trump said, like, you know what? We're going to impose new tariffs. And we might not even sign anything. And I actually agree with that. Like, you cannot negotiate something and last minute change it up. Like, that's fucked up.
Gotta respect the balls on Trump. Like, he just does not care.
He doesn't give a fuck about anything. And again, sometimes it works out like this. I agree with this. This is good. Like, don't get pushed around by the fucking Chinese. I mean,
by anybody. Yeah. He's actually met with Kim Jong-un a couple of times. Like, there's things I definitely like about his presidency. I don't like all of it. But at the same time, the only real difference that I've noticed since he took office was, what was it? I make like an extra $20 a paycheck because of tax cuts. So
the one thing I don't like about that is those expire for us in a year or two.
Yeah.
And they do not expire for corporations. I think it's good. I mean, it's good that the corporations get like a cheaper tax bill. But I also think that, well, fuck, then we should get a much cheaper tax bill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their taxes went from 36% to 21%.
Damn, so that's low.
Yeah, so a 15% reduction. I mean, if they gave me that much money, like percentage-wise, on my check as well, dude, I'd be the happiest motherfucker ever. I'd probably even vote for Trump again. But it's just like, again, I mean, I didn't vote for him, just saying it out there. But I probably go out and vote for him this time, you know? Like, if it benefits me, I'll probably go out and do it. Also, little side note, I think that's why the Democrats are bringing up, like, ideas about forgiving student loan debt, because that's going to, you know, like, all the new young professionals, people in college and everything.
The yuppies?
Yuppies.
It stands for young urban professional.
Oh. Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, that's like appealing to them. If they see a direct benefit, be like, oh, if I vote for this person, there's a chance that I'm not going to have to pay back $100,000 or $200,000 if they're married or whatever, you know. So, you know, they're essentially buying or trying to buy a vote. But, I mean, it's allowed, I guess. Is it a set, done deal that it's going to pass? Probably not. I mean,
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Nothing that big ever happens. I mean, no. Trump's wall is still in limbo. Like, that's
well, forget about the wall. That was like a very niche thing that his base wanted. But something more broad that everybody was agreed with was the infrastructure bill. Like, rebuild the highways, rebuild the bridges, rebuild everything. Democrats loved the idea. Republicans were supposed to be all for it. But guess what? It still hasn't been passed.
It is true. We could use an infrastructure overhaul.
Oh, yeah.
See, that'd be a great idea. Everybody can agree on that.
Like, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody agrees on that, but it still hasn't been passed.
Can you imagine the jobs that would create?
A lot.
Tons.
Yeah.
From all levels in the construction industry. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, but again, I mean, unemployment is supposed to be right now like almost at all-time low. It's like 3%. So that's really good. The economy was doing fine right now. The stock market is kind of like going down because of the trade tensions with China. But for the most part, like I said, Trump has been throwing like fuel on the fire and trying to keep the economy going, and because that's like his the crowning jewel, you know, like that's his signature, like that's what he's going to be known for or whatever. But I'm just afraid that like something unforeseen is going to happen, and then we're going to go into like a mild recession, and then we're going to be out of tools to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do? You're going to reduce taxes even more? Really?
I don't know about that. Yeah. I can tell you this, though. Interest rates on everything has been going up for like the last 3 years since I started working at the bank. And that's always a good sign, because that means people are out there buying, stimulating the economy. So naturally rates on everything rise, you know, interest rates on cars and stuff.
Well, everything had been going up because, even like the real estate interest rates were like a 4.75. Car loans were also like a 4.2, 4.3. Now they're going back down. My brother just got a car. He's paying like 3.9% for his interest. And then the Fed also said they're not going to make any rate hikes this year. I mean, they could change their mind if everything goes well. But that means that, like, you know, everything's going to stay steady. I mean, that means that, you know, money's going to be cheap still for I don't know how much longer.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I mean, it is already pretty low. So say we do go in a recession and then, like, they're going to drop the rates even lower, but it's not going to help us much.
Let's sure hope that doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah, but, you know, hope. You know what they say about hope.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's definitely interesting. Like I said, it's just been a fucking shit show. And I'm enjoying it at this point. I'm like, I I can be here all stressed out and arguing with my friends or whatever and fucking do whatever, and that's not gonna change a thing. So why even bother?
Why
I'm at
even,
that point.
yeah, like have arguments with all your friends and start drawing lines in the sand? There's no reason for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a shit show. And it's interesting at this point. I'm just sitting here with some popcorn, just fucking looking to see what's gonna happen next.
If we all actually literally had popcorn just like chilling, that'd be cool.
Yeah, just every day. I mean, I don't watch like a full hour of news or whatever. I watch the highlights. Like, all right, so this is like the big highlights from Congress. This is the big highlights from what fucking Trump tweeted overnight at 3 a.m.
It's not like I'm actually going to watch all of the State of the Union. I'll watch the highlights.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Honestly, I won't even watch that generally because I just don't care. And I hate the whole argument. What do you mean you don't care about your government? It's like I'm functioning just fine, not caring about them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if anybody does say or has that view, I mean, oh, you don't care about the government. Well, dude, they're not talking from their heart. You know how many times or how many people have written the speeches? Anything that is prepared, it's bullshit. They're gonna appeal to the vast majority of people, and that's it. If you're not part of it, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can get your vote, or we can get 10 votes, they're gonna go with 10. So, yeah, I don't know.
That's just the way they function, though.
Yeah, I mean that's politics for you.
It's still a business.
It is, which that is also fucked up, if you ask me. It's supposed to be Congress is supposed to be the people, right? Because that was the whole issue at the beginning: taxation without representation.
No taxation without representation.
So Congress is supposed to be you and me. It's supposed to be our voice to the government. Fucking politicians couldn't be farther away from you and me. Politicians, people in Congress get elected. They get free healthcare, something that they don't want you or me to have. Politicians get pensions for life, something that I don't think you have or I have.
I don't have that.
Yeah, we have Social Security, but you and I probably won't see any of that money because it's going to crash.
I do have a 401k with my company.
Same, but that's like a private thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's not something that is provided. Well, it is provided by our employer, but it's nothing that is going to keep us going forever. So I just want the fucking people in Congress to, first of all, take a pay cut, to pay fines if the government ever shuts down, because how the fuck is your that's your fucking job. If I stop going to my work, I'm gonna get in trouble. How come these motherfuckers are not getting in trouble? That pisses me off.
Yeah, that's one of the stupidest things.
They do not represent us at all, and that's what makes me mad. Congress was never supposed to be a career.
They're just
it was supposed to be
about
your doctor. It was supposed to be your lawyer. It was supposed to be anybody that wanted to represent their community and supposed to go up there. But that's not how it is.
They're more worried about party lines and
getting reelected.
Getting reelected than actually accomplishing anything. So
I think that's why I think term limits.
Podcast.
Anarchy and frustration. Not necessarily anarchy, because I don't think we're gonna do anything.
No, we're not.
You and I are gonna go and protest or fucking take arms against somebody. No, fuck you guys.
Let's go buy the guns while they're still legal.
That's another thing. I don't think guns will ever not be legal, but I would be okay with them requiring a driver's license to buy a gun.
Some sort of permit.
Yeah, if I have to buy. If I have to pass a test to get a fucking car, I don't think cars are ever going to be outlawed. But if you don't have a license, you're not really supposed to be driving. I think it should be the same with guns.
Oh yeah,
very much. It's not that hard. Come in. Okay, so I just got a. They call it a global entry card. Basically, if I go out of the country, I can get back into the U.S. quicker. I don't have to wait in line as long.
Cool.
Yeah. So you pay $100, you get that card, you get that benefit for 5 years. So it's a good deal. Along with that, I get TSA pre-check. Here's what I had to do for it. I had to fill out an application. I had to put in my name. I had to put in where I work, where I went to school, where I live now, where I used to live, addresses of where I used to work. Just background information, right? Then I had to go to a meeting. I talked to this dude that you said oh, this is where you live? Yep. Is this your name? Yep. Is this where you work? Yep. That was it. I was approved.
Nice.
that was way too easy. I thought the people that had like TSA pre-check were actually like, I don't know, more
rigidly background checked.
Yeah, in a way, because honestly, I mean, they took my fingerprints, and I mean, I'll get the card, and I guess they send my fingerprints out to like probably get like a background check, a quick background check or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, nothing came back, so I got approved right the next day, and yeah, I should be getting my card in 2 days, 2 weeks. But it was just so easy, and I'm thinking like, that was not hard at all. It doesn't really make me feel safer to think that everybody that has TSA pre-check gets it that easily.
Yeah.
But then again, it was really simple. Why can't we have something similar to that for people that want to buy guns? Everybody has the right, but why can't you just like fill out a quick application, pass a really easy test? I mean, it's not even a test, because he said like, oh yeah, if you get denied for whatever reason, he's like, I've never had anybody be rejected, but if you get denied, like, I'll give you a call and we'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can fix whatever. So I think it could be the same thing for like people owning guns, but then again,
in conjunction with guns, there was another school shooting yesterday. Tyler mentioned that to me because I didn't hear about it. It happened in Denver. 1 kid died and 8 more got injured. So while we're on the topic of guns again, yeah, another tragedy, all that stuff. It really is becoming so regular at this point. Like,
it's worrisome, man, because again, eventually, I don't have any kids. We don't have any kids. Eventually, we're gonna have kids. Can you imagine being a parent right now and like not knowing if your fucking kid is gonna make it home?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good at all. So
having kids is already stressful enough as it is.
Yeah, let's just take a minute to talk about kids.
We were talking about kids earlier, and it's just so, knock on wood, we're lucky in a way that we're not there yet. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be great once we get to that point. Maybe, since David doesn't want kids, I don't know how it'll be. But, I mean, overall, it's more like stressful, like you have to care for this living person. And then
this
be
living,
worried.
breathing sack of meat.
Yeah, and then be worried also that he's going to get killed while at school.
What a wonderful, comforting thought.
I know, right? So no, I don't think guns are ever going to be illegal. I don't think everybody
we're gonna have to live with the
access
bad.
to it so easily.
I mean, if you ban guns, then instead of a school shooter, you're gonna have the school butcher. They're just gonna show up with a chainsaw.
Yeah, I mean, look at what happened in Sri Lanka and whatever. Like all these bombers that killed a ton of people, 200 people.
France, the truck driver who killed like 20-something people.
I mean, that happened here too. New York, the guy that ran over the curb and killed like 10 people.
It's not that hard to kill a bunch of people if you really want to.
It's just a lot more efficient with a gun.
Yeah, that's true. And also you have an easy out for yourself once you're done with your killing spree.
Dude, I'd be so down to bring back punishment, like corporal punishment for fucking crazy fucks like that. Because, all these people that go into schools and try to kill as many people as possible, they're trying to make a name for themselves. So they're trying to trying to become like the biggest massacre ever or something. They want people to know about it because everybody's trying to live stream it now.
It's like a sense of accomplishment for them.
Yeah, so
like, look at the blaze of glory I went out in.
Yeah, right. And yeah, like you said, they all try to kill themselves right after. But it doesn't happen all the time. I mean, some of them get captured alive. I'd be fine with fucking torturing the fuck out of these assholes for the rest of their lives. Fucking going hard at them with stuff that is not going to kill them.
That might deter
healing them back up. And then doing it again.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
Although
that would deter people from fucking doing it and doing it again. Can you do it here in the U.S.? No.
Can you imagine the job application, though? We want you to torture people.
No, that would be like a covered facility. Like, you can't do that here because of everybody's inalienable rights. But that's why Guantanamo Bay is still a thing.
Right. I mean,
would I be okay with it? Sure.
I'd be down.
Only if, though, I mean, that could be abused. So always you have to look at the negative. But if you saw this guy fucking mowing down kids in school, and for sure it's him, like, there's no way that you're getting the wrong person. Fucking do it.
Camera and everything, yeah. You got the wrong guy. We've got you on like 20 different cameras, dude.
Right. But then again, that's frowned upon, and you can torture people. My question is, why not?
We're here to ask the important questions. Why not?
Yeah, and that's not to be a cynic, but like, think about it. I mean, people are trying to do it to get famous.
If you had it coming, if you shot up a bunch of kids, you had it coming.
Exactly. I mean, you don't want that? Don't do it. Then you'll be good.
And I mean, honestly, it's like, why even capture these people? Just shoot them dead at the scene. Like, why even put them on trial?
Because, again, there are rules in the land, and except if you're the president, then there are no rules
money.
for you. No, but like, everybody has to have a trial. Yeah, it's bullshit. Even if you were seen shooting the gun, you still have to have a trial, and whatever. I still don't think just shooting or like killing them right away is a good enough punishment. Even if you fucking throw them in a dark cell, feed them once a week, keep them alive, don't let them kill themselves. That would be worse of a punishment than killing them. Now, if they're fucking crazy, like they're not all there, they're like, don't give a fuck, then yeah, then you're just wasting resources on them.
And time, just shoot them.
Yeah, I don't know if they shoot them, but I mean, is the chair is also not a thing anymore. It's just injections.
Lethal injection, and you have to have two people do that.
Which again,
I guess they don't want that weighing on everyone's conscience. Like, technically, you did administer a lethal dosage of whatever.
That's another thing I don't understand. A lot, if not 100%, well, not 100%, but like vast majority of people that join the army, respect to the troops and everything.
Love the troops.
Yes, I mean, you guys are way more brave than I will ever be, or Dave.
Or me, yeah.
But most of them, let's say, like, they're Christian or Catholic or whatever. I know a lot of, like, Hispanic people, even, like, whatever. Their job is to kill people, right? It's part of their job.
It's in the description.
Yeah. But yet, they're very religious.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
Aren't they condemning themselves by taking another life?
Well,
because you can justify it and say, well, it's for the good of my people and my country or whatever. But so the bad guys are thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, that's a slippery slope, and I don't really want to get all into that today because this is already 53 minutes long. But
yeah, this is life in HD. We bring out the HD in our lives, but yeah, we can definitely get into the rabbit holes and just.
I mean, like, one way or another, if you're doing it for country, I think it's easier to justify. It's like, it was just my job. Like, I wasn't doing it with malicious intent. I wasn't enjoying any minute of it. Like, I have PTSD now because of it. Like, no one said I enjoyed it. And in the eyes of most religions, we're all sinners anyways. So just add to the list, I guess. I mean, you're not supposed to cheat either.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things you're not supposed to do according to all the religions in the world. So, I mean, obviously, you've got the radicals who think killing people is somehow glorifying their God or whatever. And that's, I question the morality behind that choice, but, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is right.
I doubt it.
I mean, we doubt it, but,
Yeah,
we don't know. We doubt. We don't know.
We don't know. But I mean, if you have a God that tells you to kill other people or other religions, other people of other religions just because of the religion that they worship, then you probably need another God.
Yeah, we're sitting here like, it sounds kind of suspicious.
Yeah, a little sketch.
A little sketch.
A little bit. I don't know. I guess it's a question for another day. But Dave,
I wish we had Tyler here for this one. He'd be getting in on it with the guns and everything.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is more like an opinion. We're not trying. It doesn't matter what Dave and I say on this podcast. We're not going to change a damn thing. So everybody that is listening is getting offended. Relax. We're not politicians. We have no power.
If you're offended by this, I'm honestly kind of disappointed. We haven't said anything too crazy controversial. So if we've offended you, you might need to check yourself. You might be a little weak-minded.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with my goal for this podcast is to like push people and like push their beliefs just to get them to think about it. Do you believe what you believe because it is your reasoning and your ideas, or do you believe that because of your parents or what
Society.
you've been told? Yeah, society, or what you've been told since you were little.
Politicians.
Yeah, like I want people to think for themselves. That's why, like I give my opinion, but that's my opinion. I'm not trying to have people have the same opinion.
Yeah, it's
I
not like
like
we're
to
trying
argue.
to sway anybody.
Yeah, I like to argue ideas and just to like find out the other side. That's why, I watch the right side, I watch the left side. I just want to understand what's going on, and it's just so humorous.
A little snippet of each.
Yeah, and it's just ridiculous. But yeah, that's the goal of our podcast, just to extend your ability to think for yourself.
Right.
If we're not pushing your beliefs, we're not doing our job.
It's all in good fun anyways.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until somebody gets shot.
It's all and my favorite is it's all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that would be a bad one.
Yeah, it would be bad in this instance.
All right, everybody. Well, if you stuck through all this time, you are the real MVP. Please let us know how we're doing. We're going to try to do this a little more often. And we should be able to get the camera rolling here soon. We're working a little bit right now with the backgrounds and lighting and all this, figuring stuff out. So just hang on tight. But yeah, Dave.
Everybody's been fairly busy recently, but we're definitely going to try and get the other guys on here. Try and bring new people, new voices, new faces to the program. We do have fun doing this, and we haven't done it for a little while, but we have been busy. Schedules don't always meet up, but me and Hilary, we're going to try and put a little bit more out each week, even if Tyler, Jake, and company can't necessarily come, because they're working hard on the YouTube channel to try and
go check it out. We have our channel. We post this podcast as well in video form, so if you'd rather, for some reason, go watch that, you can do that as well.
By all means, check it out on YouTube. Watch the game time videos that Jake and Tyler make. I know they're working hard on editing and all that.
We'll have some other more variety of videos coming up too. The weather's been great, so
the weather's been amazing.
We're gonna start going canoeing. Expect a video for that. We're going to go play some frisbee golf. Expect a video for that. A lot of people just write it off, but give it a chance. It's a fun sport.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I mean, we're all going out this weekend, going down to Cincinnati. There's going to be alcohol. There's going to be trivia. There's going to be Travis's sister. So, it just
should be all fun.
Should be all fun and games. So, until next time, which will hopefully be next week, this has been Life in HD, signing off.